This is the story of Notts County Football Club, officially the oldest professional football club in the world. Through its long history, the club has experienced a wide-ranging mix of emotions. But none were as painful as those felt in 2003 when the club was staring extinction directly in the face. Issues of financial mismanagement and the loss of TV revenue led the Magpies deep into administration. In light of this, Notts County faced the prospect of playing their last ever game in the very same league they helped establish.
I love football. Ever since I was a young lad, ever since I first went to watch football, I've fallen in love with the sport. It's not life and death, it's worse than that, as Bill Shankly said once upon a time. It occupies my spare time because it's so enjoyable, it's exciting, and it's good fun. I could never envisage a time when there was no football. My name is Tony, 42 years old. I've followed Notts County throughout the country, visited 103 different grounds with them now over the years. My only passion, my only enjoyment in life, apart from my family of course, is watching Notts County. It's in the blood now. It really is in the blood. If I miss a Saturday or a game, I've lost something. And it's so sad now, and it's so much in my blood now that I love it. We knew we had to do something to help the club out, and we all did. I feel we all did a little bit, or as best we could. I mean, a lot of us haven't got millions, obviously, not even thousands, but we gave money when we could, and we kept turning up, which was important because that was money through the turnstiles. I couldn't envisage a time without the club, and at times it got very close to that we were going to collapse and fold, and it was a nightmare.
Back in 2002, the club had spent way beyond their means and entered administration in June of that year. Nearing financial ruin, Notts County were given one final chance by the Football League. But where was the money going to come from?
The Supporters Trust came into existence in around about April 2003. The frustration was that nobody really knew what was going on, and nobody knew just how close we were to the perils of going out of business completely. We had people just sending us donations, we had an internet site where people could pledge money, a whole range of things. People at other grounds were sticking money in for us, lots of messages of support and goodwill. But the fans were tremendous, and that's what football should be about, fans coming together for common cause.
With crunch time fast approaching, there was no telling if the Magpies could actually find the money needed to save them from extinction. It may only have been the start of the season, but the club went into what many people thought was their last ever competitive fixture. An emotionally charged crowd of 7,500 turned out for the match against Luton Town, including fans from Britain and around the world. At this moment, the result was irrelevant. Survival was paramount.
A lot of other supporters were here, and they were here very early. There were a couple of bucket collectors there, a couple more right outside the main gate itself, and stood at every turnstile, all the way around the ground with bucket collectors. And then as you went in the ground, the mascots were walking around with buckets, and there were other people walking around the pitch with buckets. I got in the ground probably about 2:30, and bigger gate than I'd seen for quite a long while. A lot of people milling around, a lot of people not knowing whether to chew the nails, smoke a cigarette or whatever. It was just total nerves for everybody because nobody knew what it was the last ever game. When I eventually got into my seat then, the feelings, there was butterflies, nervous tension, there were people crying even before the game. There were bucket collectors, as I say, going all the way around the ground both ways. The mascots had both got buckets in their hands. A lot of the players were taken aback by it. They'd not played in front of a crowd like that before, and I'm not saying they were scared. They weren't scared, it's not the right word, but they were certainly taken aback by the noise and the support, yes.
The game itself ended in a 1-1 draw. But at the final whistle, the fans had little interest in the result, for they knew that by the following weekend, the world's oldest league club may have been in existence no more. After the game, the club were still desperately short of their target. But with the help of a last-minute loan from the City Council, the fans at last had something to cheer. Their record-breaking 18 months in administration finally came to an end when a deal was struck with a local consortium, ensuring the club could finally pay the staff and, more importantly, preserve their historic status in the league. So, what lessons have been learnt by the people in charge?
The lessons from administration are quite simple. You need to manage your finances carefully, and in football clubs, and particularly football clubs in this division, that's quite difficult, so you can't live beyond your means. We're building, as a board, the football club as a football club, and we see that as essential, but you can't do that without rooting it in your community. It needs to be connected to the community of Nottingham. At the moment we have a fan base of about 4,000. When we were in the top division 10 or 12 years ago, crowd was 11,000, so there's potentially 7,000 more fans to go at, plus any new fans that there are. We believe we have the infrastructure, the stadium, the capacity to be a championship club, and that's where we strive to be, hopefully in 10 years, but what we're trying to be is a championship club in a shorter time than that. It will take 4 or 5 years. We have just turned around £500,000 per annum loss into a balanced budget. That's not easy to do, and the more we generate off-field income through sales in the shop and through all sorts of commercial opportunities, the better it does for our budget and for the playing side.
For now, the Magpies appear to have moved on to another chapter in their long history. The Notts County Supporters Trust have since become the majority shareholders, meaning fans now have direct influence on the day-to-day running of the club. There may not be the convenience of a rich businessman to come and buy success, but who needs that when you have the passion and dedication of the people who care about it most?
County's the name, football's the game. County, Notts County, county's the team for me. County, Notts County, county's the name, football's the game. County, Notts County, county's the team for me. Magpie scarves we wave all around. Notts is the team, Meadow Lane is the ground. They're the lads who can make you shout. County's the team for me. Oh, County, Notts County, county's the name, football's the game. County